Hi, welcome back to Turn This Way with me, your host, Jennifer Radkey. I hope you are in a nice quiet space or that you have your earbuds in because today we're talking about a skill that's often overlooked but absolutely essential for success, active listening. Let me start by asking you this. Have you ever had a conversation where you felt like the other person wasn't really listening to you? It's frustrating, right? Now flip that around. Have you ever caught yourself nodding along in a conversation while your mind was totally somewhere else? Yep, guilty here too. I actually always believed that I was a great listener. I was told by teachers and friends that I was a good listener. I mean, if it's written on a report card, it must be true, right? When I was a young child and a teen, it wasn't that I was a good listener, I was just quiet. I didn't interrupt. But truthfully, while it appeared as if I was a good listener, the reality was that my mind was wandering away from the person who was speaking to me. As an adult, I tried hard to continue to be a good listener, but I found that while the person was talking, I was thinking of my response, because not only did I have the belief that I was a good listener, but that I was also helpful. So while listening, I was formulating in my mind what response would be most helpful. Wake up call. I started training to become a life coach and realized that I wasn't a good listener at all because I wasn't practicing active listening. The majority of us aren't, and there are times and situations when we absolutely need to be. Today, we'll uncover the challenges of being an active listener, simple steps to master it, and the incredible value it brings to your life. So whether you're tuning in on your commute, during a workout, or just taking a moment to yourself, let's dive in. First, let's talk about what active listening actually means. Active listening is more than just hearing words. It's about fully engaging with the speaker, understanding their message, and responding thoughtfully. Sounds simple, right? Until you are mindful about how you are listening, and then you realize it's actually not that simple. There are so many distractions in our modern world. Think about it. How often do you find yourself glancing at your phone while someone is talking? Or mentally drafting your response before they've even finished? These habits make us miss out on key details and connections. Another challenge is judgment. Sometimes we bring our own biases into a conversation, which blocks us from truly understanding the other person's perspective. And multitasking? Well, let's just say that trying to listen while also scrolling Instagram is a recipe for misunderstanding. There is also the hidden multitasking, thinking about your to-do list or what to make for dinner while someone is speaking to you. So, how do we fix this? The good news is that active listening is a skill, and like any skill, it can be learned and practiced. Let's break it down into 5 key principles. Number 1, be present. This means putting away your phone, turning off distractions, and giving the speaker your full attention. It's a way of saying, you matter and I'm here for you. If you had the privilege of experiencing life before cell phones, like I did, you can remember what it's like not having to compete with an online world for the attention of the person sitting right in front of you. Number 2, use verbal and nonverbal cues. A simple nod, a smile, or an I see what you mean can go a long way in showing you're engaged. Eye contact, if comfortable with it, can show that the speaker has your undivided attention as well. Even glancing at the other person now and then to acknowledge their presence helps. Number 3, ask clarifying questions. Instead of assuming you understand, ask, can you tell me more about that? Or, what did you mean by? It shows genuine curiosity. This step is one that I had to practice often, as I always felt as if I could read people well and understand them. Gaining more clarity in asking questions took my ability to be a better listener and a better coach to the next level. Number 4, paraphrase and reflect. Repeat back what you've heard, like, so what I'm hearing is. This not only confirms you're listening, but also prevents misunderstandings. Confirming that you've heard correctly allows you to see the entire picture the way the speaker intends. And lastly, number 5, hold your judgment. Keep an open mind and listen with empathy. It's not about agreeing, it's about understanding. I'm going to repeat that again. It's not about agreeing, it's about understanding. It's not about proving why your way of thinking on the topic is the correct way. You aren't judging or forming your own opinion at this point. You are listening for the sake of listening. And here's a quick exercise for you. In your next conversation, try listening for 3 minutes without interrupting or formulating your response in your mind. Trust me, it's harder than it sounds. So, you may be thinking that you've been getting along just fine and don't need to put in the efforts to change the way you listen. I'm here to tell you it is absolutely worth the effort. When you truly listen, you're not just hearing words, you're building trust, respect, and deeper connections. Think about this. When someone feels heard, they're more likely to open up, collaborate, and even reciprocate. In your personal life, this can strengthen relationships with family and friends. In your professional life, it can help you stand out as a leader and a problem solver. Active listening also boosts your emotional intelligence. You become more aware of others' emotions and can respond with empathy. It's a superpower that can diffuse conflicts and pave the way for meaningful conversations. How does this all tie into leading a successful life? Well, active listening has a ripple effect. In your career, it can set you apart as a leader who truly values their team's input. Great listeners inspire loyalty. In your personal life, it deepens relationships. Imagine the impact of making your spouse, kids, or friends feel truly understood. These connections are what bring joy and fulfillment. And here's a big one. Active listening makes you a better decision maker. When you're truly tuned in, you see a bigger picture and make more informed choices. Success isn't just about the actions you take or what you say, it's about how well you listen. So there it is, the challenges, steps, and value of active listening. It's a simple yet powerful practice that can transform your relationships, career, and overall happiness. I challenge you to try this. In your very next conversation, put away distractions, stay present, and really listen. Notice how it changes the dynamic. I naturally do this with my clients. It is what makes me an effective coach. In my personal life, I notice a huge difference in connection when I mindfully use active listening in conversations with our tween daughter especially. To feel heard and understood is a gift that is often overlooked. From both a professional and personal point of view, I can't recommend trying active listening enough. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share them on social media and tag me. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with someone who could benefit from becoming a better listener. Thanks for listening to Turn This Way. Until next time, keep growing and keep turning towards your best life.